Hello everyone and welcome back to the breakdown. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to make a bucket server in Minecraft 1.15.1. We're going to be going over every single part of making a bucket server in Minecraft 1.15.1, from downloading the bucket files to getting them set up to even port forwarding your server in order to allow your friends to join it. It is all going to be covered in depth in this video. First and foremost though, I do want to mention that this is not a 24-hour server. It is only up and running when your computer is up and running. It also is only meant for your friends, family, people that you know you can trust, who you would be okay coming to your front door, knocking on it and saying, hey, welcome to my home with. Because this is hosted on your own IP address, that means that from that IP address, people can get where you live, they can take your internet offline via DDoS attack, and yes, figure out where you live down to the latitude and longitude coordinates. You'll see that a little later in the video. So pretty crazy stuff there, and something that you do want to keep in mind to make sure that this is only for people you trust. Last but not least, this is using your own computer's resources. So you're going to need a computer that is pretty good to be able to host this server, because it's going to be basically running Minecraft on it for you playing and the Minecraft server on it as well. So what if that's the case? What if you don't have a good enough computer? What if you're, don't want this to just be for your friends and family, want to give it out to everybody? Or what if you do want it to be your friends and family and just want to keep it a little more private? Or what if, you want it to be up all the time and not ran on your own computer? Well, we have a solution for you, and that solution is Apex Minecraft Hosting. Go to the first link down below, the breakdown.xyz/Apex, to get an incredible 24-hour DDoS protected Minecraft server for you and your friends. We actually love Apex so much that we host our own server, play.breakdowncraft.com, on them. And actually, Apex Minecraft Hosting is super easy to set up. As you can see, this video is almost 20 minutes long, huge video. And at Apex Minecraft Hosting, you can set up a server running Bukkit with plugins in under 5 minutes. You can add plugins to it and everything. It'll take you less than 10 minutes from the time you start the process to the time you finish it, and you are on your server. It is that quick and it is that easy. So that's why we recommend Apex Minecraft Hosting if you want a simple server, an easy server, or if your computer's not good enough to run a server on it, you can get a server with Apex Minecraft Hosting. Or if you want a server that is public, that anybody can join, you don't want to have to worry about DDoS attacks because Apex Minecraft Hosting is DDoS protected, all of that stuff. You can check them out. The first link down below, the breakdown.xyz/Apex. We actually love Apex so much that we host our own server, play.breakdowncraft.com, on Apex Minecraft Hosting. So they are absolutely incredible. We use them ourselves. We love them. And that's why I want to recommend them to you here, and thank you to them for sponsoring this video. You can check out Apex, the first link down below, the breakdown.xyz/Apex. Nevertheless, let's go ahead and jump right on into this. So the first thing we want to do is go to this link in the description down below. Now, obviously, this is our tutorial on setting up a bucket server, but it's useful for you because if I go too fast, if you feel like I'm going over something quickly or something like that, and you're like, what happened right there? It's all covered in this video. We go over every single part of it in this video here, or sorry, in this article, right? So what's covered in this video is covered in this article, and that means that if I go too fast, you want to slow down or read something here, it's all covered in this article, and it will help you get things up and running. However, what if that's not the case? What if you want to go ahead and just jump right on into this and you want to do the video right here that we're watching? Well, then go to this link in the description down below. It's the second link down below. And once you're here, you just want to scroll down until you see this download bucket button, this yellow download bucket button. When you click on that, it's going to take you off to Craft Bucket's website, where you'll see up here at the top, version 1.15.1. Come over here and click that yellow download button, here, and then it's going to take us off to here, where all you want to do is click on this right here in between everything. You're about to download Craft Bucket 1.15.1. See that? Craft Bucket 1.15.1? Go ahead and click on that, and it will download in the bottom left. You will need to keep this file on Google Chrome, but it's safe to keep as long as it does say Craft Bucket, which ours does, Craft Bucket. So we can go ahead and keep this file. On Mozilla Firefox, it's opened up in the center of your screen, and you'll need to save the file in the center of your screen. Now at this point, we can go ahead and minimize our browser, and here on my desktop, I do have the Craft Bucket file we downloaded. And this isn't on your desktop, no worries, because the little Windows icon's in the top left for me, bottom left of your screen most likely, but that little Windows icon in the top or bottom left of your screen, click on that and then go ahead and type in downloads. Then you will have this downloads file folder here. If I can spell downloads correctly, there it is, this downloads file folder here. Click on that, and in here you will find Craft Bucket. Drag that to your desktop just for ease of use. Now, once it's on our desktop, we want to go ahead and right click on this file we downloaded and just rename it to Bukkit, right? So just bukkit.jar, right? That's what it should be. So just bukkit.jar there. If it doesn't say .jar at the end, that's fine. Yours may just say Bukkit, and that's okay, right? You may have just had Craft Bucket, snapshot, all of that, but you might not have had the .jar at the end. That's okay. Just rename. Don't do anything except type Bukkit, and then there you go. So once you have that, you can go ahead and then right-click on your desktop, create a new folder. Now you can name this whatever you want. I'm going to name it play.breakdowncraft.com. Why am I naming it that? Because that is actually our own network Minecraft server. We have 2 grief-protected survival servers, with medieval survival having over 30 custom quests, and aquatic survival having an awesome /shop-based economy. Both are, of course, grief-protected. And then we do have our custom skyblock with OP enchantments, a /mine, custom islands. It's awesome, so come play with us. Play.breakdowncraft.com is the IP, and I can't wait to see you online. But nevertheless, once you've got your folder created here, we can drag and drop the bukkit.jar into this folder. And then go ahead and double click on the folder to open it up right like so. Then you want to right click in here, create a new text document. So right click new text document. You can just leave that named new text document and then double click on it to open it up with Notepad. Once this is opened up here, we want to go to the description of this video and you'll find this, right? These are basically codes, right, that are going to run your server. What does it mean by 2 GB, 3 GB, and 4 GB? Well, this is how much RAM your server is going to have. A bukkit server can run off of 2 GB of RAM, no problem. However, I'm going to go ahead and use 4 GB of RAM just because why not? I've got the extra RAM on my computer. So in the description down below, you'll go down there and see this, and you want to copy from where it says Java to where it says pause for whichever code you want, whichever amount of RAM you want. So I'm going to go ahead and copy the one on 4 GB there. Confirm that it does start with Java, it ends with pause, and then we want to go ahead and go to File, Save As, so click on File, and then Save As, and then you want to save this as a file name run.bat, run.bat, exactly like that, and then the Save Type As is going to be all files. So file name is run.bat, Save Type As is all files. Then go ahead and click Save. Now we can go ahead and close out of all of the documents that we have open, and you will see run.bat here has been created. You can then delete the new text document in the server file folder just to basically clean it up a bit. You don't have to, but you can. Now you want to go ahead and double click on your run.bat file here, and then it will go ahead and start to launch your server, but fail. There you go. As you can see, it started to launch your server, but it failed. However, you should have an EULA.txt here. What if you don't have an EULA.txt though? Well, that's not a problem. You just need to go to the description down below and go through our tutorial on how to download and install Java for Minecraft servers. So this is our in-depth tutorial on getting Java for Minecraft servers. It goes over everything here and basically covers it all step by step in this video and this article. So go there and get that, at which point you should be able to run that run.bat file. If you still can't run the run.bat file, you need to come here and run the jar fix. Basically, it's going to make all the .jar files on your computer work with Java once again. If you do that and it still doesn't work, you probably dedicated too much RAM. Make sure you don't dedicate more than like half of your computer's RAM to your server. And specifically, you don't want to have Minecraft and your server using more than like half of your computer's RAM. So if your computer has 8 GB of RAM, you can dedicate 2 GB to Minecraft and 2 GB to your server, for example. Nevertheless, once we've got this EULA.txt here, we can go ahead and double click on it. Then you want to go to this link right here, and as long as your server isn't going to break the Minecraft EULA, you can do EULA equals false to EULA equals true, TRUE. So you change false to true next to EULA there. There should not be any spaces or anything like that in there. Just EULA equals true, and then go ahead and do File, Save. Now we can go ahead and double click on the run.bat file, and it will start our server. At this point, your server is starting up, but it's not going to be port forwarded. You're still going to have to do that in order to allow your friends to join it and all of that stuff. However, I do want to mention that this server is not the most efficient server it could be. I would recommend starting a paper Minecraft server in Minecraft 1.15.1. It's going to be a lot less laggy and a lot better than just a bukkit server, but you'll be able to run all of the same plugins. We have a tutorial on doing this, which you can check out the eye at the top of your screen, and that's going to be a lot better of a server. All you would need to do, by the way, is change out this bukkit.jar with the paper.jar. Change it in your run.bat file, the bukkit.jar to the paper.jar, and you're done. You don't have to do anything else. It's very, very simple. You will still need to port forward for that server, though. So let's go ahead and do that. So as you can see, the server is started up. We have a plugins folder here. We have our world. This is actually our Minecraft world there. We do have the server.properties file as well. We also have the bukkit.yml file. So we've got our bukkit server started. But at this point, if your friends wanted to join, they simply couldn't because you need to port forward. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to stop the server over here. So basically, we're just going to click on our command prompt window and type stop, stop, just the word stop, and hit enter. That's going to shut down the server, shut everything down properly, and then you'll see press any key to continue once it's done. Press any key to continue, closes out a command prompt. Now, let's go ahead and port forward. Now, this, for a lot of people, is overwhelming. But we've helped millions upon millions of people port forward for Minecraft servers. We've got it down to a science. I'm going to be giving you tons of different terms and even showing you an in-depth tutorial that you can watch that shows you how to port forward on all the most popular routers today. So let's go ahead and jump right on into it. The first thing we want to do is click on the little Windows icon. For me, it is in the top left of my screen. For you, it's probably in the bottom left of your screen, but it's going to be either in the top or bottom left of your screen. Once you click on that Windows icon, you want to go ahead and type in CMD. Right? Then you'll have this command prompt app here. Go ahead and click on that command prompt app. And in here, you want to type ipconfig. ipconfig. All one word, just ipconfig. And hit enter. Then you'll get a bunch of information that you don't need. But what you need to do is scroll up a bit until you see IPv4 address and default gateway. Those are the two things we're going to need for this tutorial. I'm also now going to go ahead and open up a notepad document. I'd suggest you doing the same as well, because in here we're just going to copy over the numbers we need. That way we don't have to keep command prompt up and all that stuff this entire tutorial and while we're port forwarding. So what we want to do is get our IPv4 address. So let's go ahead and copy that over, IPv4, and that is going to be, for me, 192.168.1.1. For you, it's probably something completely different, but that's okay. Sorry, .1.123. So as you can see, my IPv4 address is 192.168.1 and then .123, right? So that's that number there, and it is copied over. Then we want to copy over our default gateway. Now, you might be like, that's a long number, but it's not. So you'll have two default gateways. You'll have one that is, well, like has numbers and letters, and it's crazy. The top one for me is FE80:9610:3EFF. That's not the one we want. We want the one that's under that. That just string of numbers that's simple, and for us is 192.168.1.1. Very simple, very easy. Nothing overly complicated there, just 192.168.1.1. Yours may be the exact same or different, but you want the default gateway that is simple. That's just the numbers, not the one that's numbers and letters. If it's got numbers and letters in it, that's not the correct one. Now we can go ahead and close out a command prompt now that we have these two numbers. Now the first step of port forwarding for your server is actually coming over into your server folder here and then clicking on the server.properties file. So just double click on the server.properties file. It's going to ask you if you want to open this up in Notepad. You do. You want to open it in Notepad. And then once you've done that, you want to scroll down until you see server-ip equals. Then directly next to server-ip equals, you want to type in that IPv4 address. So we're just going to come over here. We're going to copy our IPv4 address and paste it right next to the server IP. In my case, 192.168.1.123. Yours may be different, and if it is, that is perfectly fine. But copy your IPv4 address right next to where it says server-ip equals. Don't put a space or anything, just server-ip equals your IP address. Then go ahead and do file save to save your server.properties file, and you're done with that. Now we need to go ahead and open up our browser here, and then in our browser we want to create a new tab, right like so, and then in this new tab, right up here where you would normally type in youtube.com or the breakdown.xyz or breakdowncraft.com, where you would normally type in a website, you want to type in your default gateway. So we're going to come back over here to our notepad document, copy our default gateway, and then just paste it right in there where you would normally type in a website. It's then going to open up a login box of some sort. Now your page here probably looks completely different from mine, but that's okay. Unless you have a Linksys smart Wi-Fi router, this is going to look completely different. But there'll be one constant, there'll be one thing that's similar for all of us. And all of us will have some sort of a login box. All of us will have some way to log in to our router. So, what do you enter into this login box? Well, we have a solution in the description down below that will help you find your router's username and password. This is different from your Wi-Fi password and is specific to your router. That's why it's important to go to the description down below and come to our tutorial here, which gives you 5 different methods of finding your router's password. Most people, 99% of people, find it by method 3, by the way. You're trying your default username and password and it works because most of the time, unfortunately, these things aren't changed. However, sometimes they are, and whoever set up your internet should know your username and password there. So great stuff, but it walks you through all of these steps here. Once you do have your login information figured out, you can come back over here, paste it into your router, right? Paste it into your login box, click login, and it will log you right on in to your router. Now, again, your router most likely looks completely different, totally completely different from my router here. And if that's the case, guess what? That is perfectly a-okay. No worries whatsoever about your router looking completely different. That's normal. But I have some good news. We have, of course, in the description down below, a guide on how to port forward. What's most important about this guide, though, is actually up here at the top. This is our complete guide to port forwarding on all of the top routers out there today. From Linksys, which is what we have, to even Netgear, to AT&T, to Verizon, to TL-Link. All of them are covered in this video. If you've got a Cisco-based router, it is in this video as well. And that is what's great. Even if your specific router isn't mentioned in this video, it most likely is very similar to a router that is mentioned in this video, because all routers are basically made by 3 to 4 companies. And then they're rebranded for Asus, for example, or for Netgear. They are rebranded to another company, but they're made by a few specific companies out there. And what's great about that is even if your specific router isn't in here, then you can watch that video and pick up on what it's going to be called in your router, because it's most likely made by one of the companies in that video. So go through that video, figure out, all of those different terms, and then come back and you'll be able to port forward. However, I am going to be mentioning a lot of terms here in our video just to help you out. So let's go ahead and come back over to our router here, and for port forwarding, for me, it is in security. For you, it may be in advanced. It may be in advanced. It could be in apps and gaming. It could be in port forwarding / port triggering. It could be in port triggering / port forwarding. It could be in NAT gaming, NAT gaming. It could be in NAT forwarding, NAT forwarding. It could be in NAT triggering / forwarding. It could most likely it's going to be an advanced tab, right? An administration tab. It's going to be in a security tab, something like that. So for me, it is in security. Then it is in apps and gaming. That was something I said it could be, right? It's in apps and gaming there. Then it's going to be single port forwarding. But as I said, we're looking for port forwarding, and there's that word port forwarding there. So we go ahead and click on single port forwarding. Now, for me, I have to click add a new single port forward. For you, you may just have an endless list of boxes all the way down your screen there. If that's the case, that's fine. Either way, it should look very similar to this, and the fact is going to be a lot of blank boxes here. Now, for application name, or for you it might be called ID, this is just going to be basically what is this port forward for. And in this case, it's Minecraft, so put Minecraft in there. Now, if the word port is mentioned at all, whether it's external port, internal port, port 1, port 2, outside port, inside port, whatever it is, okay? If the word port is mentioned, we're going to enter in 25565, the number 25565, anywhere where port is mentioned. So external port, guess what? 25565. Internal port, guess what? 25565. If the word port is there, 25565 is the number for you. For protocol, we want to do both, or we want to do TCP / UDP or UDP / TCP, but either way we want to make sure both protocols are selected. If you don't have the option for both, just do the port forward twice, once for TCP and once for UDP. But nevertheless, we have both, and you probably will too, so select both protocols. Now for device IP, this is going to be that IPv4 address that we found earlier. Now, for you, you might just have a list of drop-down boxes or something like that. If that's the case, go ahead and click on the computer you're setting your server up on in that list of devices. However, if it does ask for a local IP or a device IP, go ahead and just copy over that IPv4 address. So for me, 192.168.1.123. There we go. Simple as that. Now at this point, your port forward is most likely done. You can go ahead and click save, and you can click apply. However, you might have the option for an external or outside IP. If that's the case, that's going to be your public IP address. Luckily for every single person watching this video, you need your public IP address too, because that's not only how you can join your server, but it's how your friends can join your server as well. So let's go ahead and get that. From the description down below, you'll find the link to whatsmyipaddress.com. Once you click on that, right here, plain and simple, in the center of your screen is your IP address. However, for you, it is blacked out. All you can see is the last 3 digits, which is 211, and that's just so later you can verify what is going on in game is in fact with the IP address that I got here. Now, you can actually see why it's so important that if you want to make this a public server, you need to purchase Apex Minecraft hosting to do that. Because as you can see here, it gives out your region, your zip code, your latitude and longitude coordinates, all from your IP address. So it's very, very important that you only give this to people you trust. Nevertheless, if you did need to use this on your router, come back over here and paste it in. Otherwise, the rest of us are going to go ahead and launch our server by double-clicking on this run.bat file and then opening up Minecraft 1.15.1 to join our server right on in. Now, I am going to go ahead and let the server start up before I click play on Minecraft 1.15.1, just so the computer's not freaking out and trying to overuse resources. So let's go ahead and let this server start right on up, and then whenever we see done over here, there it is, there's done, I'm going to go ahead and start Minecraft 1.15.1. Sometimes Minecraft will freeze when you're starting it if you're starting your server at the same time, so I always like to wait there until the server is started. So now we're opening up Minecraft 1.15.1, and then once we're on the main menu, it's pretty simple to just go ahead and join our server and make sure everything is working. Now it actually looks like it might have freezed Minecraft for us. Yeah, it did. It froze Minecraft. Even though I waited for it to start up, that's perfectly fine. If that happens to you, just restart Minecraft, right? Just come back here, click play, act like it never happened. And it's going to start up perfectly fine. I don't know why that is. That never used to happen, but for some reason in Minecraft 1.15 plus, whenever you have a server running, there's a chance that Minecraft doesn't open the first time, but I have yet to see it not open the second time you try to launch it. So there we go. We're now in the Minecraft main menu. We can go ahead and click on multiplayer here, and then we want to direct connect. Once we click on direct connect here, we can paste in our public IP address. Again, you can see those last three digits, 211, to confirm that it is the same one that we got earlier in the video. And now we just go ahead and click on join server. It's then, as you can see over here, going to join us right on into the server. There's my username, NixGames, right there it is. And yeah, here we are. We are in a Minecraft 1.15 bucket server. How can you check that? By doing /version in game. You can see that you are in fact running craft bucket version, and it gives all that version information. If you can't do that, or you want to be able to do like game mode creative and stuff like that, you want to come over here to your command prompt and just type OP and then your username. So in my case, OP NixGames, and hit enter. And now I can do things like /game mode creative and stuff like that. Now, how do your friends join your server? Well, that public IP address that you just joined your server with, that is what your friends are going to use to join your server. However, what if you can't join via your public IP address? No worries. Just go and enter in that IPv4 address. This same address that we had earlier here, this IPv4 address right here. Go ahead and type that into Minecraft instead of your public IP, and then you'll be able to join. And as long as your friends can join off of your public IP address, you've got nothing to worry about. You're good to go. However, what if your friends can't join off of your public IP address either? Well, it's a pretty simple process to fix that. All you need to do is make sure that the firewall, either on your computer or on your router, is allowing the connection in from your server. It could be on your router, it could be Windows Defender, or it could be another firewall on your computer blocking the connection. So it is pretty important that you go and make sure that firewall adds in an exception for Java and Minecraft and all of that stuff in order to allow it to basically have your server up and running. So yeah, there you all have it. You now have a bucket server up and running. Now I'm sure you're wondering, how do you add plugins to this server? Well, I would love to tell you, and I will tell you in another video, which you can check it on your screen right now. However, since this video is almost 20 minutes long, we're going to go ahead and end it here and move that to another video. So if you want to know how to add plugins to your bucket server in Minecraft 1.15.1, check out the video on your screen now. It's also linked in the description down below. But thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more awesome content every single day of the week, and come play with us on the best Minecraft server in the multiverse, play.breakdowncraft.com, for an incredible, grief protected survival or custom skyblock experience. Anyway, my name is Nick, this has been The Breakdown, and I am out. Peace.